Harold Darak. Okay, Huskies left to right, New Hampshire right to left. McKay going with the jump with Mike Keeler, and the tap is controlled by the Huskies. This is Chuck Alexinis holding the ball right around the circle at half court. Hands the ball over to Carl Hobbs, the quarterback of the Connecticut Huskies, and their offense is underway. This is Hobbs with the ball on the left side, getting a pass back from Norman. He almost mishandled it, but now Norman with the ball at the top of the key. Norman looking right side for Kaczynski. Bounce passes to him. He's about 28 feet out. Gets it back to Hobbs, and Hobbs now starting things up, trying to get the offense moving. Pass on the right side to McKay. McKay bounces back to Hobbs. Hobbs top of the key to Bailey. Left side to Kaczynski. Kaczynski looking in the middle. Passing in the corner. McKay, jump from 20. Bang! The Huskies are up 2-0 here at Alumni Court. It's Connecticut 2, New Hampshire 0. The Huskies employing a full-court man-to-man defensive press. Controlling the ball, Al McLean. McLean being guarded by Hobbs, but now we have a whistle in the play. And I believe they're calling timeout to get all the streamers off the court that the Husky fans threw on after the first basket here in the home opener for the Connecticut Huskies. So now they're going to get things set up, and now Jack Burns is going to throw the ball in for the Wildcats. Burns gets it into McLean. McLean being guarded very tightly by Carl Hobbs. Comes right up the middle, crossing half court, dribbling with his left hand, going towards the left side. Huskies playing that man-to-man very early here in the game. Pass goes out top of the key to Mike Keeler. Make that number 20, Robin Dixon. Dixon left side being guarded by Bailey. Left corner gets it back to McLean. And McLean passing out to the top of the key, back to Dixon one more time. Dixon, bounce pass over to Jack Burns. Burns down low to McLean. McLean looking to go one-on-one with Hobbs, but can't do so. Now dribbles the ball towards the middle, gets it over to Burns again. Burns now facing the basket down low, but knocked away by Kaczynski. Over to Hobbs. The Huskies on a fast break. This is Norman Bailey on the left side, now slowing it up, now dribbling towards the hoop, going back to Hobbs, and the Connecticut offense will start up. Down low to Chuck Alexinis, back out to Hobbs, left side to McKay. McKay back down to Alexinis, hook shot, it's short, but we have a whistle and a foul.
The foul will be assessed to number 22, Mike Keeler. That'll be his first, and New Hampshire's team first.
18:39 to go here in the first half. Harold Darak along with Mark Boudreau. The Huskies up by 2, and Alexinis will be on the line to shoot 2 shots. And versus Maine, he was 4 for 6 for 67%. And that's where we stand so far on the season. He takes a couple dribbles, shoots, and scores. So the Huskies haven't missed a shot yet tonight. And they lead it 3-0 here in the early going. Alexinis again. Shoots and scores. Connecticut 4, New Hampshire 0. Burns taking out the ball again. The Huskies still in that full court press. Al McLean, the point guard, dribbling the ball around. Remember, McLean's a sophomore, 6'2", 17 points in his first game of the season versus Alabama A&M. Pass on the right side, over to Dan Nolan. Nolan top of the key over to Burns. Burns cross-court pass over to Robin Dixon. And Dixon gets it down low to McLean. Turnaround jumper, and he hits with the left hand, cutting the Huskies' lead to 4-2. And Connecticut's now facing a three-quarters trap as Carl Hobbs dribbling the ball around. Bounce pass left side to Norman Bailey. Bailey crosses half court, gets it over to Hobbs, and Hobbs will dribble down the right side. Gets a bounce pass down low to Bruce Kaczynski. Kaczynski back out to Hobbs, and the Huskies are going to start up some sort of offense. 2-1-2 for the New Hampshire Wildcats. Pass on the right side goes to McKay. McKay out to Hobbs. Hobbs top of the key to Bailey. Bailey down low to Alexinis, fakes up, throws up a shot, but now we have a whistle. And a travel called on the big guy. He said he was fouled, but no go. Turnover for Connecticut, and New Hampshire will take control of the basketball, probably from underneath the Husky boards. 17:55 to go here in the first half. Connecticut 4, New Hampshire 2. Connecticut's home opener here in Storrs, Connecticut, Alumni Court. And we're glad you're here to join us. Al McLean crosses half court for the Wildcats. Sellout crowd here tonight. McLean dribbling right on the middle. Steal by Hobbs around the half-court line. Dribbling all the way down, lays it up, and the Huskies are up by 4. Carl Hobbs scoring his first 2 points of the night. Made a beautiful steal off Al McLean as he was looking down low. And he dribbled almost the whole length of the court and put the ball in the hoop. It's 6-2 Connecticut, and McLean's controlling the ball. McLean, top of the key to Dixon. Whistle on the play down low. We're going to have a foul away from the basket called on Bruce Kaczynski. Kaczynski holding underneath, I believe it was Jack Burns. Burns is their second tallest player. Keeler is their tallest, 6'8" and 6'7" respectively. But the Huskies really showing their height against them. This is McLean getting the ball in the inbounds pass in the corner. Knocked away by Kaczynski, but he knocks it out of bounds. Well, they call last touch by McLean, so Connecticut's going to get it. And Hobbs is saying good call, so Kaczynski knocked it out of McLean's hands, off McLean. Out of bounds, and Connecticut controls the ball. Hobbs dribbling on the left side, top of key to Bailey. Bailey bounce passing right side to Kaczynski. Kaczynski 15 feet away from the basket. Gets it in the corner to McKay. McKay dribbles once over to Hobbs. He almost loses it. Now he does. Turnover, Carl Hobbs. The ball goes out of bounds right in front of the press, and it's going to be New Hampshire ball on the turnover. 17:09 to go. Connecticut 6, New Hampshire 2. Al McLean with the ball one more time. He's a left-hander, and he's dribbling right around the middle of the court. McLean bounce passes it over to his other guard, Robin Dixon. Dixon's being guarded by Bailey. Pass on the right side and down low now to Jack Burns. Burns gets it over to Robin Dixon. Knocked away for a minute. Dixon recontrols the ball. Ball goes out to Burns. Burns quickly out and around to McLean. McLean from 15, and he's off. Rebound, Storm Norman. Norman has it down low, and he gets it over to Hobbs, and Hobbs looking to start that fast break. Hobbs flies by McLean. Over to Norman. Stops, jumps, and misses the shot. Rebound down low by Burns. And the Huskies missing their first shot of the game, and New Hampshire's going to bring it back the other way. This is Al McLean. McLean right around the middle of the court, being guarded by Hobbs. Left side over to Robin Dixon. Dixon into the corner to Burns. Whistle away from the basket, I believe. And we're going to have another foul on the Huskies. Foul.
You got it, Harold.
Foul on Chuck Alexinis. And that's his first of the game, second for the team. And the New Hampshire Wildcats are going to take it on position underneath their own basket. This is Burns calling out a play. Left side to McLean. McLean bounces it out to Robin Dixon. Dixon back to McLean very quickly. Huskies now going to the 2-3 zone as it's Dixon signaling out to McLean to come and take the ball. Pass on the left side, goes back to Dixon. Cross court in the middle to Nolan. Nolan takes a shot. Turnaround is off the boards. No good. Rebound down low again. This is Mike Keeler, and Keeler puts it up and in off the glass. So it's 6-4. The Huskies are up by 2. But they have yet to break away from this game. New Hampshire, 3/4 court press. This is Hobbs, left side over to Bailey. Bailey crosses half court. Here goes the half court trap. He gets it knocked away by McLean. He goes out of bounds. And it's going to be Huskies ball right in front of the announcer's booth on the far sideline. And it's going to be Norman Bailey inbounding the ball. Bailey gets it into Hobbs. 15:47 to go here in the first half. Connecticut 6, New Hampshire 4. Hobbs controlling the ball. Top of the key to Bailey. Right side to Kaczynski. Kaczynski into Chuck Alexinis. Top of the key back to Kaczynski, and he lays it up and in. Beautiful give and go from Kaczynski to Alexinis to Kaczynski. 2 points for the junior. And it's now Connecticut 8, New Hampshire 4. As New Hampshire has the ball. 15:25 to go here in the first half. McLean looking to get the ball to Burns. Can't do so. He's denied very nicely. Pass the left side to Nolan. Nolan back up to Burns. Burns goes around Kaczynski, but he travels while doing so. And the Huskies will take the ball over one more time as New Hampshire stays in that press. Remember, they were 0-12 last year on the road.
And we have a horn and a substitution. Number 54, Tony Stanford, will check into the lineup for the Wildcats, replacing number 52, Jack Burns.
Stanfield is a 6'6 junior out of Yonkers, New York. And here's Hobbs taking a pass, gets over to Alexinis. Pass half court back to Hobbs. Hobbs on the right side, 1-on-3, jumper from 15, off the boards for 2. Connecticut 10, New Hampshire 4 as Hobbs gets his 4th point of the night. And the Huskies opening up a 6-point lead as New Hampshire has the ball. McLean being heavily pressured by Hobbs, dribbling on the left side, trying to get around Hobbs. Can't do so. Goes through his legs a few times, but goes nowhere with it. Top of the key to Stanfield. Down low to Keeler. Jump shot good from about 5 feet out. And it's 10-6, Huskies on top. 4 points for Keeler, who is a senior out of Epsom, New Hampshire. This is Bailey crossing half court, bounce pass to the left side to Mike McKay. McKay holding the ball high above his head, now dribbles toward the middle, takes a jumper from 5, and he hits. 4 points for McKay as he hits the 7-foot jumper off the glass. Connecticut 12, New Hampshire 6. This crowd not very rambunctious so far tonight. Really not much to cheer about. It's a very slow-paced game so far. Whistle down low. Let's see what we're going to have.
I believe we may have a second foul against Chuck Alexinis, but we're going to have to wait and see, and that's exactly what it is. Second foul against Chuck Alexinis, and that'll be the 3rd for Connecticut. So Chuck will take a seat on the bench, and checking into the Connecticut lineup is number 24, Larry Blucher.
New Hampshire controlling the ball. This is Robin Dixon. Dixon right side to McLean. McLean gets it back out to Dixon, who slows it up. Huskies go into a 2-1-2 zone defense off the out-of-bounds pass. McLean, top of the key, left side over to Stanfield. Stanfield looking to go back to McLean, almost stolen by Hobbs. Back to Stanfield. He's open from 15, gets it down low, and underneath the Keeler, who puts it up on the boards, no good. And we have a whistle. They're going to call it an offensive or defensive goaltending. And that basket's going to be awarded
to Keeler, I believe.
To Mike Keeler.
So give Keeler 6 points on the evening and make the score Connecticut 12, New Hampshire 8.
13:56 to go. Vernon Giscombe checking into the game. He falls into a trap, gets it over to Norman Bailey. Bailey gets it over half court to Kaczynski, who passes it back to Giscombe. Giscombe coming into the game for Carl Hobbs. He has the ball right side. Now it's stolen on a pass from Bailey to Giscombe. It's McLean with it on the top of the key, looking to go around Bailey. Now he slows things up. New Hampshire looking to come within 2 points. Bad pass by Norman Bailey. as he tried to get the ball back to Vernon Giscombe. This is Stanfield with the ball on the right side. Stanfield looking to go down low. Huskies still in that man-to-man defense. Pass on the right side to Dixon. Dixon driving against Giscombe. Jumper from 15. In and out. Rebound fall for underneath, and it's Bailey coming up with it. Quickly outlets it to Giscombe, and Giscombe like lightning coming up the court. Giscombe flies by one New Hampshire player. Jumper from 10. High arching, no good. Rebound McKay underneath. He fakes up. Jumper, bang! Huskies 14, New Hampshire 8 for McKay, his 6th point of the evening. 13:02 to go here in the first half. And New Hampshire quickly breaking the Husky press. It's Dan Nolan, left side, bouncing underneath, but a steal by Blucher up to Norman Bailey. Look for the dunk. Oh, he lays it up and he goes in. He faked out the crowd as the whole place thought it was Dunk City, but he laid it up and in. And we have a timeout on the court.
Timeout New Hampshire. So with the score, UConn 16, New Hampshire 8. We'll take this timeout. 9th point on the evening, and he's 1 for 1 from the free throw stripe. I'll get it right.
10:53 to go here in the first half. Huskies implying a full-court man-to-man defensive pressure, and they're not going to get that ball. Finally, they get it over a half-court line. Burns with it on the left side over to Stanfield. In the middle to a wide-open Dixon off the boards. No good. Rebound, fall for down low. Kicked around a few times. No call down low. Finally, it hits the line. Last touch by Stanfield. The Huskies will bring the ball back the other way. Clock stopped at 10:36. Connecticut on top by 10, 20-10. And Jim Sullivan getting off the bench to come into the game, and the crowd starting to cheer for him. Kozinski gets the ball across half court, left side to McKay. McKay lobs it into Giscombe. Very dangerous pass, almost stolen by Dixon. But Giscombe now starting up the offense. Left corner to McKay. Back out to Giscombe again. Giscombe down low to a wide open Blucher off the boards for 2. Don Porno shouting out instructions as Huskies have built a 12-point lead. And Huskies going into a half-court trap. It's Bailey at the top of the point. Left side, right side, pass goes to Dixon. Dixon back out to McLean. The Huskies drop back into a 1-2-2 zone. This is McLean controlling the ball at the top of the key. Left side gets it over to Dixon. Dixon down low into the corner to Jack Burns. Burns back out to McLean. McLean holding the ball high above his head as the Huskies are keeping New Hampshire on the perimeter. Ball on the right side to Nolan. Nolan trying to get around Blucher. Can't do so. Back out to Burns. Burns into Blucher. Into Nolan. And now the crowd's starting to cheer for the Husky defense. This is McLean with the ball, top of the key. Left side back to Dixon. 9:38 to go. Huskies up by 12. Down low to Burns. Over to Stanfield, but it's knocked away and kicked off the foot of Giscombe. Good defense, but the Huskies couldn't control.
And on the horn, checking into the Connecticut lineup will be number 10, Jimmy Sullivan, checking in for Norman Bailey.
New Hampshire getting the ball down low on the infraction. This is Burns out to Danny Nolan. Huskies still in a 1-2-2 zone as McKay takes the top of the key. Burns gets it into Stanfield. Stanfield throws a shot up. No good. Rebound, Nolan. And he's fouled by Kozinski on the play. Bruce not too happy with the call.
And Bruce quickly gets his 2nd foul. And that'll be the 5th on the team. So checking back in the Connecticut lineup will be Chuck Alexinas, checking in for Bruce Kozinski. Chuck comes in back into the game, and on the evening, Chuck has 2 personal fouls himself.
Huskies can play 8 men deep, and they are using their bench very wisely here in the early going. When anyone gets a foul, they're going right to it. Pass on the right side to Nolan. Nolan is being tangled by Giscombe. Ball loose, and now goes out to Robin Dixon. So New Hampshire keeps control of the ball. 9:16 to go. Dixon has it. Huskies 2-3 zone. Pass right side to McLean. Up top to Dixon. Left side to Nolan. Nolan looking to get around. Blucher does so, and he easily lays it up and in. So Blucher a little bit slow on the defense on the left side of the 2-3 zone. And it's Connecticut 22, New Hampshire 12. Sullivan controlling the ball. Cross-court pass to McKay. McKay dribbles once, twice. Blucher in the corner. Jumper 15. Bang! Oh, a nice touch there by the freshman.
And give Larry Blucher 5 points on the evening.
And New Hampshire coming back, trying to quickly break that zone. Nolan out to McLean. McLean right side over to Burns. Burns back to McLean. Jumper from 20, and he hits. So, Connecticut 24, New Hampshire 14. As soon as the Huskies score, New Hampshire answers back. Kind of a slow-moving game here. There's no fast break going at all. 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Connecticut opening up that 10-point lead. Giscombe, top of the key to McKay. McKay calling out for someone to get the ball. Gets it back out to Giscombe. New Hampshire now going man-to-man as they could match up with the smaller Huskies. It's only Alex Innocent there. You don't have to worry about Cornelius Thompson. As we said earlier, he has an injured ankle and will not play unless needed. This is Sullivan controlling the ball top of the key. He's being guarded tightly by Dixon. Dribbles on the right side. Bounce pass out to Giscombe. Almost stolen by McLean. Giscombe recontrols the ball. Goes towards the middle. Splits a couple players. Top of the key to Alex Innocent. Jumper. Bang! Connecticut 26. New Hampshire 14. Giscombe to Alex Innocent. And for Chuck on the night, that's his 4th point. This is Dan Nolan, top of the key to McLean. McLean left side to Dixon. Back out to McLean from the top of the circle. He shoots and scores.
And for McLean on the night, that gives him 6. And he's tied for the hot hand with the UNH with Mike Keeler, who also has 6.
Giscombe dribbles all the way down the court. Goes past 2 New Hampshire players. Whistle on the play. We're going to have a foul. But Giscombe really taking apart that zone defense New Hampshire's employing.
Checking in on the play for New Hampshire, number 50, Joe Reynes, and number 40, Chris Gilda. Checking in for number 30, Dan Nolan, and number 54, Tony Stanfield.
Reynes is a 6'9 junior, and Chris Gilday is a 6'6 senior. Huskies up by 10. They control the ball into their own basket. Sullivan, cross-court pass to Giscombe in the corner from 20. Bang! Oh, a nice high-arching shot by Vernon Giscombe. Give the assist to Jimmy Sullivan. 2 points for Giscombe. Connecticut 28, New Hampshire 16, 7:23 to go. Huskies fall back to a half-court trap. This is McLean bouncing to the left side to Dixon. Dixon cross-court, almost stolen by Giscombe. But he's going to get called for the foul as the whistle is signaled. And checking in the New Hampshire lineup now, number 12, Randy Kinsley. And sitting down will be number 20, Robin Dixon. Dixon leads with no points. Last year, Kinsley averaged 5.6 points a game. He is a senior this year. New Hampshire controlling the ball, giving some of their starters a break. This is McLean, top of the key, left side over to Chris Gilday. Gilday back out to McLean, long jumper. It's off the rim, no good. Rebound, McKay. McKay starts up the offense, gets it out to Giscombe. Giscombe crossing half court, dribbling down. Right side to Sullivan. Sullivan from 20, off the rim. It's short, and the rebound comes down to the hands of Randy Kinsley. Kinsley bringing the ball back the other way. It's starting to come up to a run-and-gun game. Left side to McLean. New Hampshire's probably going to want to slow this thing up. Goes into the corner for Gilday. Gilday back out to McLean. McLean looking. Huskies in that 1-2-2. Pass on the right side goes over to teammate Kinsley. Kinsley into the corner for Burns. Burns out to the top of the key over to Gilday. Gilday hands the ball over to Randy Kinsley. Now New Hampshire passing around the perimeter. Finally a shot will be taken by Kinsley. It's short. Rebound McKay again. And the Huskies are out and running. Vernon Giscombe leading a 3-on-2 break. Takes the left side. Goes up alone. And is fouled on the play as he tried to knock it off the boards for 2. And let's see what that foul is going to be called on.
Looks like the foul will be against number 10, Alan McLean. And for Mr. McLean, that'll be his first foul, and that'll be the team's 5th. Going to the line to shoot two will be Vernon Giscombe.
So we have a substitution for the Connecticut lineup. It's Michael Vaughn checking into the game, the freshman who hails from Glen Cove, New York, substituting for Chuck Alexinis. So Vaughn will have about 6 minutes and 29 seconds of playing time to see what he can do. And Giscombe's on the line, shooting 2. First one off the rim and finally rolls in, 29-16. Connecticut opening up that 13-point lead, their largest of the night. The only freshman we have not seen so far is Brian Buckaloo, the 6'5 long shooter from New Jersey, Somersville. And Giscombe's second shot goes right through the net, 30-16. Connecticut by 4. Giscombe almost with a quick steal. McLean comes up with the ball, and he's dribbling down the left sideline. McLean now slowing things up. He's being guarded tightly by Giscombe, so crosses midcourt. Huskies going into a man-to-man defense. Pass on the left side goes over to number 40, Chris Gilday. Gilday down into the corner for Jack Burns. Burns gets around. Michael Vaughn goes down low, and a shot up and in by Joe Reynes as Larry Blucher trying to come over and help out his teammate. Mike Vaughn had some problems as a wide-open player put the ball up and in. Connecticut 30, New Hampshire 18, 5:56 to go. Remember, halftime guest will be Phil Shardis, and Mark Boudreau will be there talking to him. Interesting things about Connecticut basketball. Jumper by Giscombe, no good. Rebound down low, Chris Gilday. Huskies are starting to falter. They're going to have to start taking their time. McLean comes up with the ball. McLean being guarded man-to-man by Jimmy Sullivan. 2 number 10s going at it. McLean now going towards the right side. Huskies still in that man-to-man break as McLean calls out play number 2. He goes now by Sullivan, throws up a shot, no good. They're going to have a charging call on McLean. A beautiful play by Larry Blucher as Jimmy Sullivan led McLean right into Blucher, who stood his ground. And we're going to have foul number 2 on McLean and the 6th foul on the team for New Hampshire. Both teams have 6 fouls. 5.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Giscombe controlling the ball. Connecticut up by 12, 30-18. Harold Darak along with Mark Boudreau and your engineer, Ben Palazzo. You can hear Ben tomorrow night for UConn women's basketball. This is Mike McKay. McKay right top of the key to Giscombe. Giscombe out top to Sullivan. Sullivan dribbles once, looks to shoot, now doesn't. Gets it back to Giscombe as New Hampshire's now in a 2-1-2 zone, or it could be a 2-3. Very disguisable zone. Pass the left side over to Mike McKay. McKay holding it high above his head makes a dangerous lob pass to Giscombe. Top of the key to Sullivan. Right side to Blucher. Blucher fakes up once. Back out to Sullivan. Huskies taking a little bit too much time now. McKay right side. Jumper. Off the rim. No good. Rebound. Fall for him. Between Blucher and Gilday, and Blucher got his hands on it last, so it'll be New Hampshire ball.
New Hampshire substitution, number 20, Robin Dixon will check into the New Hampshire lineup, replacing number 12, Randy Kinsley.
So the backcourt duo of McLean and Dixon are still intact. Now McLean playing the whole way, almost losing the ball to Giscombe. Picks it up. He stopped his dribble right around the 28-foot mark. Gets it over to Dixon. Dixon dribbles once, twice. He has Sullivan on him very tightly. He's going down the left baseline. We'll have a whistle and a foul on Sullivan. That's going to put the Huskies over the limit. So Sullivan trying to play some key defense. Ended up fouling him, and he's going to be substituted for. Norman Bailey checks into the game for Jimmy Sullivan. Now Carl Hobbs comes in, and Vernon Giscombe's going to take a seat. So the Huskies really shuffling in those players. First foul of the night for Sullivan, and it'll be the bonus situation for number 20, Robin Dixon. So the Huskies have Blucher, Vaughn, Bailey, McKay, and Carl Hobbs. McKay, the only one not to have a breather at all. Shot up, no good. Rebound, number 24, Larry Blucher. Blucher quickly gets it out to Hobbs now. Husky offense coming down the court. Hobbs dribbling the ball right around, looking at the 2-3 zone. Coming in the middle of the play, gets it over to Bailey. Bailey left side over to Blucher. Blucher top of the key to Bailey. Dribbles up once, jump from top of the key, and he hits. Connecticut 32, New Hampshire 18. That 14-point lead is back intact. 4 points for Storm and Norman Bailey as Robin Dixon comes across half court. Now gets the ball knocked away by Bailey. Bailey controls it right side to Hobbs. He's going to dribble up and lay it up and in all alone. Connecticut up by 16 points. 4 minutes and 40 seconds to go.
And we don't have to worry about the Huskies playing down to the level of their opponents, at least not here in the first half, as the Huskies have built up a big lead.
McLean right side over to Burns. Burns gets the ball knocked away by Vaughn. Now it's loose, and we have a whistle and a holding violation, or picked at a holding foul called against Mike McKay. McKay not too happy with that call, but we're going to have a foul shot.
Mike picks up his first foul, but the team is over the limit. So going to the line to shoot 1-1.
Let's see who's going to go.
It'll be number 40, and that is Chris Gilday.
Chris Gilday. Last year was 5 for 10 from the free throw line. New Hampshire down by 16 points, and he misses. So New Hampshire having problems right in the early going with some of their foul shots as they missed both so far today. Connecticut taking in the rebound and coming down the court. Hobbs looking at the 2-3 zone. Pass goes all the way around to Blucher. Blucher looking down low for number 35, Michael Vaughn. Pass goes out to Hobbs. Long jumper, and he hits. Huskies up by 18 points as they've doubled New Hampshire's score. Connecticut 36, New Hampshire 18, and we're going to have a timeout on the court.
Give Carl Hobbs 8 points on the evening. So with the score, Connecticut 36 and University of New Hampshire 18. We're going to take this timeout.
Ball on the inbounds. McLean dribbling up the court as the Huskies going man-to-man again, taking their men at about half court. Dixon controlling the ball, top of the key. Pass goes over to Chris Gilday. Gilday dribbles once, twice. Now Blucher on him very heavily. Pass goes to right side to Dana Chapman, who checked into the game during that break. Chapman left side to McLean, gets it knocked away by the Huskies, and Bailey comes up with it, and Connecticut controlling the ball. Bailey dribbles around McLean very nicely. Bounce passes over to Carl Hobbs. Hobbs around the midcourt circle, and the Connecticut Huskies will start up there. Pass goes on the left side to Mike McKay. McKay dribbling the ball a couple times, gets it back out to Hobbs. Let's see exactly what New Hampshire is playing. I believe they're playing a triangle and one. Pass goes left side over to Vaughn. He banks it for 2. Connecticut up by 20, 38-18, 3 minutes and 22 seconds to go.
Give Mike Vaughn 2 points on the evening.
And those are his first 2 points as a Connecticut Husky, as well as all these freshmen who are scoring for their first time, Larry Blucher included. Pass goes on the right side over for Dana Chapman. Chapman up top of the key to Gilday. Gilday down low to McLean. He shoots and scores. McLean was left wide open as he was set up on a pick. And New Hampshire cuts the Husky lead to 18 for McLean, his 8th point of the night. 2:56 to go. Connecticut 38, New Hampshire 20. Connecticut controlling the ball. Hobbs right around the middle of the circle. Dribbles half the length of the court. Pass goes in the corner to Mike McKay. McKay out top to Hobbs one more time. Hobbs dribbling between his legs, slowing things up as he waits to see what happens. Splits New Hampshire's front line. Goes over to Bailey, and Bailey shoots and scores. Connecticut 40, New Hampshire 20. As the Huskies have been pretty hot, I'm interested to see these halftime statistics. They have not missed much. Pass goes to the right side. Deep for Chapman. Long jumper off the rim. No good. Rebound Bailey. Bailey quickly gets it out to Hobbs. Hobbs left side to McKay. McKay all to the basket himself. Off the rim. No good. As McKay had a wide open lane. But New Hampshire comes down with the boards, and they're breaking the other way. McLean left side to Dixon. A little bit too far. Knocked away by Hobbs and knocked out of bounds by Dixon. Good defense by Hobbs. 2 minutes, 10 seconds ago, and we're going to see the freshman Brian Buckaloo check into the game for the first time tonight. Buckaloo checks in, Mike McKay checks out, Jim Sullivan checks in, and Storm and Norman checks out. So the Huskies playing with 3 freshmen, Vaughn, Blucher, and Buckaloo, along with Jimmy Sullivan and Carl Hobbs. And on the court right now, only 1 starter from last year's team. Here's Jimmy Sullivan dribbling on the left side, bouncing it up to Carl Hobbs. 2-3 zone for New Hampshire, but they're playing a wide-open attack. This is Hobbs, left side over to Jimmy Sullivan. Cross-court pass to Buckaloo. Buckaloo from 15. Bang! So Buckaloo hits his first shot as a Connecticut Husky. Connecticut 42, New Hampshire 20. And Buckaloo netting his first 2 points in what hopefully will be a very long and good career here at University of Connecticut. Pass goes on the right side. Jumper by Gilday around the rim and finally falls through. So it's Connecticut 42, New Hampshire 22. Huskies opening up a 20-point half-time lead so far. Well, at least 1 minute and 27 seconds up until that first half. Here's Sullivan, left side over to Vaughn. Vaughn back out to Sullivan one more time. Sullivan dribbles around a few times looking to go to Buckaloo. Can't get to him. Bouncing it out to Hobbs, and Hobbs splits New Hampshire defense, dribbling around still, not going anywhere with the ball now. Bounce pass down low to Blucher. Blucher all the way out to Sullivan. And the Huskies kind of slowing things up, looking for the best shot. This is Buckaloo, right side, top of the key, over to Hobbs. Now Hobbs dribbling it around. Clock running down. Less than a minute to play here in the first half. Hobbs between the front 2 players looking to go down the Vaughn, but it's knocked away. Turnover, and the Huskies lose the ball. Coming back the other way is Chapman. Chapman, right side, into Dixon. Dixon goes toward the middle, off the boards for 2. And it's Connecticut 42, New Hampshire 24, 45 seconds remaining here in the first half. Sullivan over to Hobbs. Hobbs crosses the midcourt stripe into the corner to Vaughn. Vaughn gets it out top to Sullivan again. The crowd cheering for the last 33 seconds, hoping the Huskies can open up a 20-point lead by the half. They've attained that stature 1 so far tonight. Here's Sullivan. Sullivan gets past right side to Buckaloo. Top of the key to Hobbs. They're waiting for that last shot with 20 seconds to go. Only 16 fouls for New Hampshire. The next one will be over the limit. Hobbs dribbling around, passing it to Blucher a few times. Now gets it back, he's trapped, gets it back out to Blucher, 10 seconds go over to Sullivan, left side to Hobbs, and Hobbs now starting at the attack. Dribbles between a few, over to Buckaloo, lays it up. It's no good, as we're going to have a charging call on Carl Hobbs. Good play on the defense by New Hampshire, and at number 40, Chris Gilday, so 6 seconds to go in the half. And New Hampshire will shoot the 1-and-1 as Hobbs gets called for the offensive charge.
Shooting the 1-and-1 will be Chris Gilday. And he has 2 points on the evening, although he missed a 1-and-1 opportunity just a little bit earlier, as we have a few of the maintenance people out in the court mopping up a little bit of the
perspiration.
Yes.
42-24. Perfectly symmetric. 6 seconds to go. And the first shot goes in for Chris Gilday. So it's 42-25. The Huskies won't come in to intermission with a 20-point lead, but they'll be pretty much on top of this game. Second shot off the board, no good. Rebound, Vaughn. Vaughn quickly gets it out to Sullivan. Sullivan dribbles a few times, 3 seconds, 2. Bounce pass to Hobbs, shot, and it's good as the buzzer goes off. Oh, what teamwork. Sullivan to Hobbs, and the Huskies score. So it's halftime here at Alumni Court in Storrs, Connecticut, as University of Connecticut Huskies opening up quite a big lead, 19 points, as it's Connecticut 44, New Hampshire 25. We'll be back with our halftime guest, Bill Shartis, right after this message. Connecticut 46, New Hampshire 25, 19:15 to go here in the second half. Connecticut making that full court press still available. Robin Dixon breaks it easily. Right side to McLean. McLean 2-on-2 break. Pass back to Nolan. Shot up. No good. Rebound Alex Innes. Alex Innes quickly outs it over to Hobbs. Hobbs up to McKay. McKay gets it down low to Bailey, and he alley-oops it in. McKay to Bailey. Huskies bring that lead up to 23 points. Connecticut 48 and New Hampshire 25, but the Huskies want more. They're pressing three-quarters court, and finally we're going to have a timeout as Robin Dixon did not like what he saw. So timeout New Hampshire with 18 minutes and 51 seconds to go here in the second half. It's Connecticut 48 and New Hampshire 25. Errol Darak back with Mark Boudreau. 18 minutes, 51 seconds remaining here in the second half. And Connecticut mounting a 23-point lead of 48-25. As we already read those halftime statistics, the only person in double figures is Carl Hobbs, who is it's quite a surprise, 10 points, 5 for 5 from the floor. Pretty amazing for that person. He really did not score much at all last year, but finally started to do things up And the Huskies shooting a very torrid 70.4% from the field. New Hampshire controlling the ball. Goes top of the key over to Tony Stanfield. Stanfield gets it down loaded. Nolan takes a jumper, and he puts it up and in. 48-27. As New Hampshire trying to creep back, but they're pretty much far out of this one. Carl Hobbs has the ball as he crosses half court. Dribbling with his left hand, trying to get around McLean. Bounce pass top of the key to McKay. McKay takes a long jumper. He can't hit it. And the rebound falls to the hands of Robin Dixon. Dixon leading a fast break. It's a 4-on-2 break. Dixon has it knocked away by Hobbs, but he's going to be called for a foul. So, Hobbs not happy with that one at all. But it doesn't really matter because it's going to be called against him. It's just a possession foul. His second and the team's first here in the second half.
His second, first on the team.
And New Hampshire's going to take the ball out on the sidelines. This is Robin Dixon dribbling the ball at the top of the court. Getting around Norman Bailey, passing it down left side to Stanfield. Stanfield down low to Nolan. Nolan turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound tapped around. Back goes to Nolan, and he puts it up and in. For Nolan, unofficially 6 points on the evening. And it's now Connecticut 48, New Hampshire 29, and Carl Hobbs controlling the ball. Hobbs dribbling it right side, gets it over to McKay. McKay looking to go down low, but he danced around New Hampshire player, literally. Gets called for traveling, and it's going to be New Hampshire's ball. McLean gets it on the inbounds. McLean trying to start up something. His team is down by 19 points. Dribbles down the left side, trying to drive around Hobbs. Pulls up, takes a long jumper. No good. Rebound tapped around, falls to the hands of Hobbs. Hobbs coming down the middle of the court, trying to get the Huskies back rolling on the offense. Left side to McKay. McKay long bomber, no good. Rebound. Kaczynski down low, and he was fouled on the play. So, we'll see what kind of foul that's going to be. It's going to be New Hampshire's first here in the second half. That's going to be a possession foul. And so the Huskies will take the ball out of bounds underneath their own basket. Bailey calling it. Bounce right side to Hobbs. Hobbs dribbling out and around. New Hampshire falling into a 2-3 zone on the inbounds play. Hobbs now calling out a signal. McKay and Hobbs playing the guards right now. Bailey on the left side. McKay now dribbling the ball top of the key. He takes another high lobber. McKay almost never throwing a bounce pass. Back to McKay. Long jumper, and he hits. Mike McKay scoring from long. It's Connecticut 50, New Hampshire 29. The Huskies still applying that pressure, trying to open up their scoring attack. This is McLean crossing half court. The Huskies really let him get by without any problem. Passing the right side up to Dixon. Dixon down low underneath to Keeler. Keeler lays it off the boards for two. 8 points for Keeler on the evening. It's Connecticut 50, New Hampshire 31. And Connecticut bringing it back the other way. Carl Hobbs with it on the left sideline. Dribbling it through his leg. Gets top of the key to Kaczynski. Kaczynski back to Hobbs. Hobbs looking down low to Alex Sinnis, but a whistle and a foul called on Tony Stanfield as he was holding Chuck Alex Sinnis. So the second team foul for New Hampshire. And as you heard in the background, that's his second foul. The Huskies are going to take it out right underneath their own board. McKay calls out a play. Gets it on the left side to Alex Sinnis. Out top to Hobbs. Hobbs cross court over to McKay into the corner. Long jumper. Bang. 14 points for Mike McKay. Connecticut 52, New Hampshire 31. And Connecticut playing a man-to-man as they're dropping back, picking up their men at half court. Robin Dixon spins around. Bailey drives all the way to the center and a whistle. Let's see what it's going to be. A foul on Mike McKay, who tries to duck around Danny Nolan. But no, the referee saw him. Foul before the shot. And a beautiful drive to the basket by Robin Dixon. But I believe that foul has to be called before the shot. Second foul for McKay. Second on the team. Turns out to be a good one, as that basket would have been up and good. 52-31. Connecticut up 16-14 to go here in the second half. This is McLean. Right side over to Nolan. Nolan back out to McLean. Huskies fall to the 1-2-2. McLean left side to Dixon. Dixon back out to McLean. They're passing back and forth. This is Dixon long from 20. Off the rim. No good. Rebound Alex Sinnis. The Morris Mountain slows things up. Gets it over to Carl Hobbs, who now tries to quicken up the pace, but decides now that he should stop also as he's dribbling the ball right around the middle of the court, calling out some signals. Hobbs right side over to Mike McKay. McKay holding the ball high above his head out to Kaczynski. Left side to Bailey. Down low to Alex Sinnis, who pumps up once and has his shot blocked. And here comes New Hampshire on the other way. Dixon over. Hobbs throws it up and good. Beautiful play as they quickly came back on the transition. Connecticut 52, New Hampshire 33. 19-point Husky lead. They just can't break away. 15-25 to go here in half number 2. Hobbs gets it on the left side to McKay. McKay dribbles it off his leg, saved by Bailey, but now they're going to say no. Bailey's foot was on the line, so turnover McKay. And Don Perno wants to talk things over. So there's a timeout on the court with 15 minutes and 18 seconds remaining here in the second half. Connecticut 52 and New Hampshire 33. 15 minutes and 18 seconds remaining here in the second half. Harold Darak along with Mark Boudreau. Some upcoming sports on the Sound Alternative. Tomorrow night, 6:25, women's basketball, as Ben Palazzo will be here to bring you our first women's broadcast of the year as the Lady Huskies go against Fordham. And we also would like to take this time to thank Linda Smith and the Women's Radio Collective, along with Beth Lazar, for letting us preempt them tonight to bring you Connecticut Husky basketball action. You can hear the Women's Radio Collective every Wednesday evening from about 6 o'clock on to 10:30, 11 o'clock. They bring you all the fine musical programming that you could want to hear on the Sound Alternative. New Hampshire taking the ball in the inbounds. Al McLean gets past a couple Huskies. Cross-court pass over to Robin Dixon. Ball goes right side to Nolan. Nolan dribbles up. A beautiful block by Alex Sinnis. It goes out of bounds. Last touch by the big guy. Oh, he just took that ball right out of the middle of the air and knocked it into the crowd almost. Nolan will take the ball on the inbounds. That's called intimidation. Al McLean now dribbling the ball. Left side to Dixon again. Back to McLean. Huskies fall to the 2-3 zone. Left side is Dixon's driving baseline. Whistling another foul. This time again on McKay. He quickly picks up his third foul. And the Huskies pick up their team third foul. It's Alex Innes, McKay, and Kaczynski in the forecourt, and Bailey and Hobbs in the backcourt. New Hampshire controlling the ball. This is McLean. McLean and Dixon in the backcourt for New Hampshire. Long jumper McLean, and he hits 52-35. So the Huskies' lead is slowly but surely dropping down now to 17 points. They were way in the 20s just a couple of minutes ago. Kaczynski, top of the key, left side to Bailey. Bailey driving down low, gets it Alex Innes, turnaround jumper, and he did all sorts of moves. Ball didn't go in. Rebound, Bailey banks it for 2. Norman Bailey is 8th point on the evening. Connecticut 54, New Hampshire 35. And New Hampshire coming back the other way. This is Robin Dixon. Dixon slowing things up. Huskies back to the 1-2-2. McLean and Dixon in the backcourt. It's Danny Nolan along with Mike Keeler. And number 54, Tony Stanfield in the forecourt. Shot missed, and the Huskies come up with the rebound. Carl Hobbs right around the middle of the court, as New Hampshire really putting a lot of pressure on the Husky offense. Hobbs right side gets a bounce pass to Kaczynski. Kaczynski in the circle, takes a shot, no good. Rebound comes out to New Hampshire's Al McLean. McLean 2-on-1. It gets it over to Dixon, lays it up, no good, but a foul. And the Huskies are now starting to foul just a little bit more than they did in the first half. And we're going to have some substitutions.
Connecticut foul will be on number 30, Norman Bailey. And for Norm, that'll be his second. And that'll be the team's third. Correction on that, make that the team fourth.
Couple substitutions. Vern Giscombe and Jim Sullivan give the backcourt duo of Carl Hobbs and Norman Bailey a break. 13:49 to go here in the game, and on the line to shoot will be Robin Dixon, who already has 4 points on the evening. Dixon hits his first. 54-36, an 18-point Husky lead. Dixon looking to cut that down just a little bit. And he does so. 54-37, 2 free throws by the junior Robin Dixon. The Huskies' lead is dropped to 17. Jimmy Sullivan taking over the point guard duties as New Hampshire starts to go man-to-man. Sullivan dribbling around right around the middle of the court, now starting to penetrate just a little bit. Picks up his dribble, trying to go to Giscombe. Cross-court pass to McKay. McKay almost loses it. Now he's tripped by Dan Nolan, who's making a very nice hustling play, diving for the ball, but instead he got McKay, and it's going to be a foul on Nolan. And it's going to be his third foul, and the team's third. As Mike McKay will inbounds the ball right in front of the scorer's table. With 13:31 to go, head coach Jerry Friel, who graduated from Oswego State in '65, calling out instructions to his team, but it looks like unless they put on some big spurts, they're going to have some problems. McKay inbounds it to Giscombe. He had a little problem there, but finally Giscombe broke open from Al McLean's defense. Giscombe dribbling the ball on the right sideline, getting past McLean, gets it out to Jimmy Sullivan, who's very surprised. Cross-court pass to McKay. McKay back to Sullivan, quickly around the perimeter to Giscombe. Giscombe dribbles a few times, looking to shoot, but does not do so. Ball goes out and around, back to Mike McKay. McKay out to Sullivan again. The Huskies playing with the perimeter, being very patient. Now a wide-open Sullivan on the left side, jumper from 20. It's going to be short. air ball by Jimmy Sullivan as he could not pull that trigger. Hasn't been shooting that much. That could be what it's attributed to. McLean coming back the other way, passing over to Dixon. Dixon looking down low, gets it over to Stanfield. Stanfield back out to McLean, and McLean trying to drive on Giscombe. Now he fouls Giscombe in a good charging call. Giscombe was looking to go for the ball and finally said, I'll hold my ground, and McLean went backing right into him. Well, McLean, his third foul, and the Huskies with their 17-point lead will get the ball out of bounds. 12:49 to go. And a substitute, Dana Chapman, comes in for Robin Dixon for the Wildcats. The 1-0 Connecticut Huskies versus the 0-1 New Hampshire Wildcats. In New England play, it's Connecticut 54, New Hampshire 37. Harold Darak along with Mark Boudreau, Huskies ball. Alex Innes, top of the key, has the ball knocked away, and he goes out of bounds. Last touch by the Husky. So it's going to be New Hampshire's ball in front of their own bench, and taking it out of bounds is going to be Dana Chapman, the 6'1 senior. 6 seniors for New Hampshire, but only two of them started. Pass goes down low to Keeler. Keeler out and over. Mike McKay puts it up for 2. For Keeler, his 10th point on the evening. It's 54-39 as the Huskies' lead is fallen down to 15 points, the closest it's been since the middle of the first half. Giscombe gets around one New Hampshire player. Bounce pass down low to Sullivan. Sullivan gets it back to Mike McKay. McKay drives, shoots, and it's going to be a charge. Charge on Mike McKay is falling down on the play was Dan Nolan. And the 4th foul for Mike McKay, so let's see a substitute for him. And quickly, a few Husky substitutes get off the benches. Don Perno's players are not doing their thing. As the Huskies lead cut from well over 20 down to 15. And here come a couple substitutes.
Checking into the Connecticut lineup, number 30, Norman Bailey, and number 24, Larry Blucher.
And Chuck Alex Innes also taking a break along with Mike McKay. Alex Innes has not played much at all today. He played 31 minutes in the first game versus Maine. And of course, Thompson not playing at all. Whistle and a foul as McLean was driving. Giscombe called for another foul. Huskies 16 foul, one more, and they will be over the limit, so they're going to have to watch out.
Looking down the New Hampshire lineup, they have a couple of Connecticut natives. Number 30, Dan Nolan, hails from Watertown, Connecticut. And number 32, Vince Conley, who did not make the trip, hails from Fairfield.
The home of B.J. Fennell, ex-WHUS broadcaster. New Hampshire gets the ball down low. On the out of bounds, comes out to McLean. McLean passes left side to Chapman. Chapman trying to dribble around. Huskies fall to the 2-1-2. Pass goes down low to Keeler. Keeler tries to shoot. It's blocked. And the ball is, where's a whistle? Let's see what we're going to get. We're going to get a foul on New Hampshire on the rebound. Foul goes against Mike Keeler, the senior. Well, let me check that.
It'll be number 40.
30, Dan Nolan, as public address made a mistake on that also. Yeah. His 4th foul, 5th for the team. A lot of fouls here in the second half. Huskies get the ball underneath New Hampshire basket. Bailey gets it on the inbounds. He's dribbling down court. He's leading a 2-on-3. Now wisely slowing it up. Getting over to Giscombe, who can handle the ball just a little bit better. And Giscombe drives on Chapman, right side. Giscombe now slows up. Gets it over to Kaczynski. Left side to Bailey. Huskies playing around the perimeter. Can't get the ball down low. They've been having problems with that all night. Now Bailey bounce passing out to Sullivan. Right side to Giscombe, wide open from 20. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, fall for down low. A whistle and another foul on Kaczynski. That's a good call because he was on the back of number 22, Mike Keeler. And that's Husky foul number 7. Kaczynski's 3rd. And it's going to be over the limit. So the 1-1 will be in effect from now until the rest of the game. 11 minutes and 30 seconds to go. And the Huskies only up by 15 points. New Hampshire's not out of it yet.
Now, Harold, we have some basketball action coming up this weekend. Boston University, you'll be here for that one, correct?
I will be here while you're out in California. I'd like to remind you that game will be at 4:30, airtime 4:20 here on the Sound Alternative. Connecticut Huskies soccer action to the Final Four. UConn versus Eastern Illinois in semi-final round action. Eastern Illinois ranked 3rd in the country, only allowing 3 goals in regular season games. And that's going to be some defense we're going to have to put up with. Mike Keeler hits his first. 11 points on the night for the senior.
And if they happen to win and go on to meet Philadelphia Textile in the final, Harold Darak has a great quote for me to use, so I'm looking forward to that.
Mike Keeler hits the second one, 54-41. The Huskies lead cut to 13 points, and they're going to have to start playing some basketball. Vernon Giscombe right around the center of the court, driving down the left side, gets it over to Bailey. The Husky killer instinct has not been in effect at all yet. Here's Jimmy Sullivan driving down the middle. He throws it up, and good, and he's fouled. Oh, a nice play by Jimmy Sullivan, the senior, as he drove right down the middle, untouched, put it up and in, and was fouled on the play. For Sullivan, his first 2 points of the night.
Fouled on the play by number 54, Tony Stanfield. And now we're going to say the foul is on number 22, Mike Keeler. And for that is Keeler's second foul. And for Jimmy Sullivan, he'll go to the line to shoot one as New Hampshire has just 6 fouls. So their next foul will be shooting 1 and 1.
Then we had a couple substitutions. Alex Innes entering the game one more time. And Vern Giscombe taking a breather. And Carl Hobbs coming in. And I believe it was Mike McKay taking a breather.
Very quiet crowd on hand tonight. A little more noise.
And Sullivan hits. So the 3-point play for Jimmy Sullivan. Huskies up by 16, but as I was saying a little bit earlier, they were criticized for that killer instinct, what they lacked, and so far they haven't proven anybody wrong, as Huskies were up by and he hits, makes it 6 points. So the crowd's starting to react a little bit, but let me tell you, it's been pretty quiet here in Storrs, Connecticut. Huskies controlling the ball 57-45. The Husky lead cut to only 12 points, and they're going to have to start doing something or Don Perno's going to be in some trouble. This is Hobbs taking a long jumper. It's short. Rebound down low, New Hampshire. A couple of New Hampshire players fighting for the ball within themselves, but Chris Gilday comes up with it, and he's still holding on. He can't get rid of it now. Finally, he does so. Goes over to Chapman. Chapman down to Dixon. Dixon on the fast break down low to Stanfield. Throws up a jumper, and he scores! 8 points for Tony Stanfield. Connecticut 57, New Hampshire 47. Huskies lead cut to only 10 points. Carl Hobbs with the ball, dribbling it around, getting it behind his back. Gets it across court to Jimmy Sullivan. Huskies coming back the other way. It seems like New Hampshire pressing wildly, has more men on the court, but they don't. Left side, Alex Innes, long jumper off the side of the backboard, gets his rebound and puts it in.
That's a bizarre play if I've ever seen one. Chuck Alexinas way outside, taking about an 18-footer, hit off the side of the backboard, got his own rebound, laid it in.
8 points for the big man from Morris, Connecticut. 9-10 to go. Huskies up by 12. Left side, long bomb by Chapman. Now he pulls up and he's going to drive. Gets a pass over to a teammate, number 40, Chris Gilday. Gilday misses the shot, and the Huskies come back the other way. This is Hobbs. Hobbs going between a few New Hampshire players, now pulling things up, slowing things out. 8:52 to go. It gets by another one. It gets top of the key to Alex Innes. Back to Hobbs. Hobbs dribbling around through his legs, trying to get around Chapman, but a whistle and a foul called on Chapman as Hobbs hits the deck. And Mike McKay is going to re-enter the game. He has 4 fouls. He's going to have to watch out. McKay in for Sullivan.
And for Dana Chapman, he'll be assessed with his first foul.
And Hobbs will go to the line since New Hampshire is over the limit. I don't know. What I've seen so far, this is my first game I've watched Connecticut Huskies. I don't like all this shuffling that's going in and out between the Husky team. I think it just might be a little bit too much shuffling. It's confusing the players on the court as well as some of the people in the stands to make sure who's going to be on the court. Hobbs misses the one-on-one, and New Hampshire pulls down the rebound. And coming back the other way, Dana Chapman. Chapman gets it out to Dixon. 59-47. Huskies up by 12. They had a lead. It was about 22 points. Passing right side to McLean. McLean looking down low. Gets back to Chapman. Chapman jumper from 15. It's going to be off the board. No good. Off the head of Alex Innes. The rebound falls to Al McLean. So Alex Innes using his head. Can't get the ball. Ball goes down low. This time to Gilday. Shot up. And we have a whistle travel as the referee did a dance right around midcourt. I'd like to see that one on instant replay. 59-47. And the Huskies will get the ball.
Harold, you were mentioning before you didn't like the shuffling. You got to remember we're seeing a Husky lineup without number 52, Corny Thompson. So maybe that will be one reason why they might not look as stable as they may.
Good point there. Substitute into the game, Larry Blucher coming into the game for the Huskies, replacing Bruce Kaczynski. Blucher has the ball left side to Bailey. A lob pass down low to Alex Innes, and I believe there's a foul. This time it's going to be called on Chris Gilday, as Alex Innes had been having most of the fouls called on him. Make that Jack Burns.
And for Burns, that's his second foul. And we're over the limit. The Huskies will shoot 1-1 from the line. And Chuck Alexinas, who has such a nice touch from that stripe, will be standing there to take 1-1.
2 for 2 so far tonight. 6 for 8 on the season. And those 2 free throws came early in the first half. 8:08 to go. Connecticut 59, New Hampshire 47. And he hits that first one. 60-47. Connecticut lead back up to 13 points. And he hits that second one. 10 points on the evening for the big guy. And New Hampshire controlling the ball. Burns takes it out of bounds. Gets it over to Danny Nolan. Nolan up court to to number 10, McLean, over to Dixon. Dixon lays it up and in as the New Hampshire team just went right past the Connecticut defense who was trying to press. With a lot of quick passes, that's the way you're supposed to do it. Huskies coming back the other way. They're up by 12 points. Hobbs taking a long jumper, and he connects.
Beautiful play right there. Carl Hobbs with the turnaround jumper. I tell you, that's the nicest we've seen of the
63-49, 7:42. Jumper this time by Dixon, and he hits. And we're starting to play some run and gun basketball. Blucher taking it out, gets it to McKay, over to Hobbs. Huskies up by 12, 63-51 as Hobbs decides to slow things up. Hobbs dribbling around, spins right around midcourt, looking on the right side to McKay. Now McKay clears out, top of the key over to Bailey. Bailey bounce pass right side to Hobbs. Huskies a lot of movement on the offense, but no one getting the ball down low. This is McKay outside. McKay left side to Blucher. Blucher trying to look for Alex Innes, can't do so. Pass goes out to Hobbs. Hobbs being guarded man-to-man by Chapman as he starts to call out some signals. Let's change the play. Hobbs behind his back, almost loses control. Now he has it left side to McKay. McKay's pushed down. Let's see what the foul, who the foul is going to be called on.
Going to go against number 20, and that'll be Robin Dixon.
Dixon called for the push.
And UNH is over the limit, so Mike McKay will go to the line as Dixon picks up his first foul. And Mike will have a 1-and-1 situation with the score UConn 63, New Hampshire 51.
Substitution as Jack Burns checks out. And Randy Kinsley enters the game. 7:06 to go. Connecticut on top by 12. McKay has a chance to up that lead by 14. Shooting in the bonus situation. He hits the first. And if you hit the first, you get the second. So McKay has a chance to score his 14th point of the evening. Dribbles a few times. Takes a nice long breather. And he connects. Connecticut back on top by 14 as McKay scores his 14th. 7:06 to go. Huskies have been up very comfortably, but they haven't been able to polish off this New Hampshire team. Only on top by that 14 points as McLean passes the ball across half court to Randy Kinsley. Huskies go to man-to-man now. Pass goes out to Robin Dixon. Dixon on top to McLean one more time. And Huskies fall back to the 1-2-2. McLean right side over to Dixon. Dixon driving baseline, goes around a couple. Huskies lays it up and in. Dixon, 12th point of the evening. Huskies 65, New Hampshire 53, 6:38 to go. Carl Hobbs controlling the ball. Hobbs around across midcourt. Kinsley on top of him. Gets it on top to Larry Blucher. Blucher right side to McKay. McKay dribbling it around, looking for someone to pass to. Gets it back to Hobbs. Hobbs almost has it stolen by Kinsley. Takes the ball away from him. Now goes towards the middle, looking to find someone popping out, but no one's going to pop out on the offense. Finally, Hobbs goes toward the baseline, takes a jump from 20. It's off the rim. No good. Rebound, McKay. Whistling a foul by Robin Dixon. So McKay's going to have to watch it. He has 4 personal fouls and 1 more, and he's going to be out of there.
Larry Blucher will check out of the Connecticut lineup, checking in Bruce Kaczynski, and looking over to the Connecticut bench, a very quiet Corny Thompson sits down next to the coaches, and that's a strange sight to see Corny sitting down unless the Huskies have a big lead. Or
this will be his first contest he has not played in as a Connecticut Husky, but it might as well be this contest instead of any of the Big East opponents or any of the big teams they're going to be playing. He deserves a little break. McKay hits his first of the 1-and-1. Matter of fact, Thompson hasn't practiced at all Monday or Tuesday since that sprain, so he's hopefully going to be ready by Saturday to play against Boston University. McKay dribbles a few times, trying to up that Husky lead, and he does so. 16 points for Mike McKay, 67-53, a 14-point lead, 6:10 to go. And Al McLean controlling the ball. McLean being guarded by Carl Hobbs as he has been throughout most of this contest. Dribbling down the left side, going towards baseline, takes a shot, but a whistle before the shot now. They're going to say it's no good, and they're going to say Carl Hobbs fouled Al McLean. So McLean goes to the line for the 1-and-1. And Hobbs picks up foul number 3 for the Connecticut Huskies.
And we have the 1-and-1 situation, so Al McLean will go and shoot 1-and-1. Mike McKay leads the Connecticut scoring attack with 16. He had 9 in the first half. Mike has put in a very consistent effort, not like last season where he got off to that very
horrendous,
very slow start.
Al McLean hits his first one. A horrendous start only in the fact that Mike McKay usually is a fast starter. And he was leading the Huskies in scoring for those couple of years before that. McLean's second shot is good. So 12 points for the sophomore guard from Dorchester, Massachusetts. Connecticut's lead back down to 12 points, 67-55, less than 6 minutes to go here in the game. Kyle Hobbs controlling the ball. He's been the quarterback throughout most of the contest for the Huskies. Pass goes on the left side over for teammate Norman Bailey. Bailey back out to Hobbs. Hobbs has a break past Randy Kinsley. Slows it up. Now finally does something with it. But decides to dribble back out again. Hobbs dribbling around maybe just a little bit too much. Not going anywhere with the ball. Right side this time to McKay. McKay looking to drive baseline. Pulls up from 15 and he hits. Mike McKay is hot. Give him the ball. Connecticut 69, New Hampshire 55. 5 minutes and 26 seconds to go.
Makes it look easy.
He's been hitting everything as his touch has been very, very accurate so far tonight. Al McClain, left side over to Dixon. Dixon drives, gets around Alex Sinnis, throws up a shot, rebound right side by Nolan, but Hobbs is going to get called for a foul as he tries to strip the ball away from him. That was a pretty nice play by Carl Hobbs, but referee saw it differently. He's a little bit closer than we are.
Well,
fourth foul for Hobbs.
He stole the ball, but he also stole the man's wrist, so Carl will pick up his fourth. Getting back to Mike McKay. Mike is playing up top this year. He's not playing down in the corners. We don't see him in the corners as much, so we don't see those, and they used to be my favorite, those long-range bombs.
Rainbow shots.
And, in fact, the exact shot he scored his 1,000th point as a Husky on, and it was from the corner. So we've got a Connecticut timeout, so we're going to keep it right here, though, and we have the score, Connecticut 69, New Hampshire 55.
Let's go over some of the broadcasts this week on the Sound Alternative. If you have a pencil and paper and you want to write it down, all you have to write down is Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. We're going to give you a lot of sports here on the WHUS Storrs, Connecticut. Tomorrow night at 6:25, Connecticut Husky women's basketball takes it air one more time. Ben Palazzo, our engineer, will be there for that one as the Lady Huskies face Fordham. Airtime at 6:25. Then also we have on Friday, it's going to be UConn Husky hockey action as the hockey team opens up their season at home versus Framingham. Airtime 7:25. It'll be the dynamic duo of Jeff Dobeck and Tony Savino, as they say, the golden-throated duo for that one. And on Saturday, a doubleheader, as we said earlier, that you will not want to miss. At 4:20 Eastern Standard Time, it's going to be Mark Boudreau giving you a semi-final action of the Final Four as the Connecticut Husky soccer team travels out to Palo Alto, California, where the Huskies will face Eastern Illinois, who is ranked number 3 in the country. Huskies ranked number 2. Airtime 4:20, and of course it's 7:55. It's going to be myself bringing you Connecticut Husky basketball action as the Huskies are going to be facing the Terriers of Boston University. A lot of sports here on the Sound Alternative, and make sure you can stay tuned and listen to as much as possible here on WHUS Storrs, Connecticut.
And if the Huskies should win at the Final Four the first day, they will play in the championship at 5:30, so our airtime will be 5:20 Eastern Standard Time. And heaven forbid they should lose. We'll have a consolation game on Sunday. Airtime will be 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. We'll be on the air at 2:50. So write it down.
Bite your tongue about losing. Ball will be a foul shot right now. Danny Nolan will be on the line. And he is going to be shooting at the 1-1. Connecticut on top by 14 with 5:15 to go. Nolan misses. Rebound falls to Mike McKay. And the Huskies have had pretty much the complete control of this whole contest. It's been a very slow game, but they just haven't been able to pull away after they were up by about 20, 22 points. They just couldn't keep going, and that's how come it's been a very close game on the scoreboard. But the outcome of this game really has not been in question at all. And now Bruce Kaczynski gets fouled in the forecourt by Danny Nolan, and that's all for Danny Nolan, foul number 5. So Nolan leaves with 6 points as he missed those last foul shots.
And we have 4:58 remaining in this basketball contest. 69-55. The Husky lead stands at 14. And they were up in the 20s at one point.
I'd like to take this time to thank the Women's Radio Collective and Linda Smith and Beth Lazar for letting us preempt them tonight. You can hear them every Wednesday evening from about 6 o'clock to 11 o'clock on the Sound Alternative.
Also battling Ben Palazzo for sitting in tonight and pushing the buttons and pulling the plug, as you might say, putting us on the air, our engineer, and he'll be doing women's basketball action coming up tomorrow night, so tune him in.
Kaczynski hits the first and misses the second one, tipped up by Alex Sinnis, but he's going to get called for a foul, I believe, and that could be, I believe, for the Morris Mountain foul number 4. Huskies up by 15 points, and it is the 4th foul for Chuck Alex Sinnis. It was a nice play, or a nice attempt by the Morris Mountain as he tried to go over the back of a New Hampshire player. I believe it was Robin Dixon. He tipped it up, but it just wouldn't go, and he was called for the foul.
Chuck looks a little frustrated as he stands underneath the basket. He's had a pretty good night offensively, but he seems awful slow when he gets the ball, and maybe a little lethargic. So we'll have to wait and see on Chuck on Saturday night.
Tony Stanfield will be shooting. So I guess it was Alex Innes over Stanfield's back. And Stanfield misses rebound. McKay is steal on a play by Chapman as he puts it in for his first 2 points of the night. McKay not too happy about that one, but a beautiful stripping job by Chapman. And it's 70-57. Huskies up by 13, 4:43 to go. This is Bailey, top of the key, dribbling the ball around, trying to get around McLean. Passing the ball on the right side to Mike McKay. McKay back out to Bailey. Bailey dribbles once, twice, and gets it into Kaczynski. Kaczynski almost has it stolen. Now there's a whistle. Let's see who the foul is going to go against, either Dixon or Kaczynski. They're going to call it against Dixon, so it's going to be Bruce Kaczynski going to the line for the 1-and-1, and Dixon will be called for foul number 3. And 4 minutes, 32 seconds to go in the contest, and Kaczynski will be on the line. He was 1 for 2 the last time he went to that free throw stripe. We'll see what he can do now, see if he can up that Husky lead. This crowd has been pretty much silent throughout the whole contest. Really not much to cheer about. And Kaczynski misses. Rebound down low goes to the hands of Robin Dixon. New Hampshire quickly bringing it back the other way. This is McLean, top of the key. McLean, cross-court pass, gets it over to Dana Chapman. Chapman dribbles in, passes into Tony Stanfield. Stanfield shot blocked by Kaczynski. Rebound falls to Alex Innes, who was tripped on the play, and he falls out of bounds. And he's yelling that he was tripped, but no call on that. It's just going to be New Hampshire's ball on possession in front of the Husky bench, with 4 minutes and 18 seconds to go. And quickly inbounding is Randy Kinsley. Kinsley passes the ball out and around, comes to Chapman. Chapman back to McLean. McLean dribbles between a couple of Huskies, and Alex Innes steals the ball. But we have a foul on the play by, I believe, Alex Innes before, and that's foul number 5 for him. So Alex Innes fouls out of the game, and he's been frustrated throughout most of this contest. A lot of fouls called against him. And he hasn't been up to his potential in scoring much, and he's been on the bench line. We have a technical foul on the big man. Alex Innes said something that the referee just did not like, and a T goes against the guy. So the Huskies, who are up by 13 points, are going to have to watch what's going to go on, or they're going to quickly lose this lead and possibly lose the game. So the crowd now starting to boo just a little bit. Giscombe enters the game as the Huskies are going to go with the small, quick lineup. Alex Innes still fuming along the sidelines. And here comes those boos as Al McLean is going to take 2 shots for that foul. First one's good, so McLean, 13th point of the evening. After this, it's going to be a technical foul, which should be only 1 shot unless they're going to call it a bench foul since Alex Innes already fouled out. And he misses the second one. So it's 70-58, and here comes the technical. Let's see how many they're going to assess. Two foul shots for the technical, since they're going to say Alex Innes was legally out of the game, and it was a bench technical. So 70-58, and McLean again going for 2 more shots, and listen to the crowd. He hits. 70-59, lead cut down to 11, the closest it's been since early in the first half. Dribbles a few times, looks, and misses. So McLean, only 2 for 4, had a chance to bring his Wildcats within 10 points. But the Husky crowd and a little bit of pressure was no good for him. So the Huskies now playing with McKay, Giscombe, and Hobbs, along with Bruce Kaczynski and Norman Bailey. And here come the Wildcats. They're going to play with Kinsley along with Chapman, McLean, Dixon, and Tony Stanfield. And controlling the ball right now is Chapman. Chapman being guarded man-to-man by Carl Hobbs. Hobbs almost steals the ball. Chapman right side over to Kinsley. Kinsley looks to shoot, now slows things up, drives toward the middle, passes over, but a steal on the play by Bruce Kaczynski as it was knocked away by McKay, and a foul called on Tony Stanfield. So the tables are turning now in favor of the Huskies as Kaczynski now will go to the line to try to shoot a few free throws, and he has missed 2 out of his last 3. On the night, he has scored 3 for 5. All of his points have come from the free throw line. So now Kaczynski dribbles a few times. It's the 1-and-1, less than 4 minutes to go. 70-59, Huskies up by 11. And he misses. Rebound goes over to Chapman. So Perno's going to have them practicing those free throws. And here comes McLean. McLean loses the ball to Hobbs. A 2-on-1 break. Hobbs breaking away, and he's fouled on the play. McKay. He was taken out like a running back would be taken out going around the corner by, I believe, number 10, Al McLean. And Hobbs will go to the free throw line. But the Huskies are going to have to start putting some of these free throws in the basket. Last year, they were the top 2, I believe, in the nation when it came to free throw shooting. I believe they might have finished number 1 in the nation when it came to that last regular season contest. But right now, they haven't put in anything as Bruce Kaczynski has missed 3 foul shots here in the late going. Now here's Hobbs. Carl hits his first. 15 points on the evening for the sophomore. Huskies are going to be practicing those free throws this week. Maybe just a little bit more. And Hobbs hits his second one. Well, maybe this guy won't. 16 points on the night for Carl Hobbs. 72-59. Huskies opening up that 13-point lead. And here comes New Hampshire. Robin Dixon, right side, getting around 2 Huskies. Passing the ball in the middle to Tony Stanfield. Stanfield's in a heap of traffic. The ball is stolen, but now they're going to call it a jump ball between Norman Bailey and Tony Stanfield, which should be no problem for Storm and Norman as he could really leap. Now finally, let's see what they're going to say. Wait a minute. I believe another referee is whistling it differently, and now they're going to say it's Connecticut's ball. So, one referee said jump ball, another referee said I saw a better angle, and it's going to be Connecticut's ball, as we do have 3 referees here this evening. So the Huskies come away with the ball. Carl Hobbs trying to get around. Number 34, Dana Chapman, goes toward the middle of the court, over to Norman Bailey. Bailey around 28 feet out, gets it back to Hobbs. Hobbs right side to Bailey again. 3:25 to go, clock ticking down. Ball goes over to Vernon Giscombe. Giscombe has not played a lot tonight, but when he has been playing, he's been playing pretty well. Pass on the right side to Bailey. Bailey looking at top of the key, now goes down low to McKay. He's wide open, and he lays it up and in. McKay breaks 20. It's 74-59. Steal. Giscombe lays it up, and no good! Rebound down low, Bailey. The Huskies come away with the ball. Now a foul called on McLean, and that's number 5 for the guard. McKay scored his 20th point. Giscombe quickly stole the ball, missed the layup. Rebound Bailey. Bailey was fouled by McLean, and that's all for Al McLean, the sophomore guard from Dorchester, Massachusetts. So going to the line to shoot the 1-and-1 will be Norman Bailey. Joe Reynes checks into the game, giving the Wildcats a little bit of height. And replacing Al McLean. McLean 6'2", Reynes 6'9", the tallest player on the team. He's a junior. He did not start. Mike Keeler, a senior, started. He has a little more bulk than Reynes. And here comes Bailey with the 1-and-1 with 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go in this contest. 15-point Husky lead. Bailey misses. Huskies are having some problems from that free throw line. Rebound comes out to Burns. Long cross-court pass stolen by Bailey, and the Huskies coming back the other way. 3-on-2 break, and here's an obvious foul by Randy Kinsley, who forgot to get in front of his man and instead elbowed him. And Bailey again will go to the line, this time looking to put one in the hoop. Bailey for the 1-on-1. Randy Kinsley being assessed with his first foul of the evening. 2:54 to go. Connecticut 74, New Hampshire 59, but it could be a blowout if the Huskies would hit at least half the free throws they've been missing. Bailey hits 9 points on the evening. He's averaging 9 for the season. Well, he's averaging 7. Now it'll go up to 8. And Bailey misses the second one. So the Huskies having those problems from the free throw line. Number 1 in the nation a year ago. 75-59. Huskies on top by 16. New Hampshire's ball. Kinsley being guarded by Carl Hobbs. Dribbling the ball on the left side. Gets it over to Robin Dixon. Dixon looking to drive on Bailey. Can't do so. Now a charging call on Dixon. That's a weird call because Bailey never fell and he never had position. And I don't know where they got that call from. But nonetheless, it is a charging call. The 4th foul on Robin Dixon. And the Huskies will take the ball underneath the New Hampshire basket. And Kaczynski quickly takes it out and gets it over to Bailey. Bailey right underneath to Vernon Giscombe as the Huskies clear out and let Giscombe dribble against the defensive pressure of Randy Kinsley. Giscombe gets around Kinsley. Left side, bounce pass over to Bailey. Bailey from 15, bang! 11 points for the Storm and Norman, 77-59. Huskies on top by 18. 2:20 to go. Here's Kinsley. Kinsley dribbling across half court. Right side over to Dixon. Dixon looking down low. Gets it over to Reynes. Reynes throws up a jumper. No good. Rebound McKay. And the Huskies looking for the blowout. Here's Hobbs behind the back. Left side of Bailey. Long range. No good. Rebound down low. Reynes. And New Hampshire coming back the other way. Reyes over to Chapman, but Chapman's on the line. And the Huskies get the ball on the turnover. 2 minutes and 1 second to go. And a timeout on the court. So we have a timeout with 2 minutes and 1 second to go in this contest. Connecticut 77 and New Hampshire 59. We'll be back right after this timeout. 2 minutes and 1 second to go in this game. Harold Darak along with a very silent Mark Boudreau and our engineer Ben Palazzo. You want to hear Mark? Stay tuned this Saturday afternoon at 4:20 when the Connecticut Huskies soccer team will give their quest for the number one team in the nation, or their bid to be the number one team in the nation, as they will face Eastern Illinois, who's ranked number 3 in semifinal round action of the NCAA tournament. The Final Four, which has eluded Coach Joe Maroney throughout his 13-year career, is finally here. Here's this chance to show the nation exactly what Connecticut Husky soccer action is about. And if I know those Connecticut Huskies, they're going to put on quite a show. Airtime 4:20 on the sound alternative. The Huskies will be taking the ball out right in front of press row, as Norman Bailey will take it out. 2 minutes and 1 second to go in this contest. Bailey gets a bounce pass into Mike McKay. McKay, top of the key to Jiscom. Bad passes. It's stolen there by Dana Chapman. As New Hampshire coming back the other way. Chapman throws it right to Bailey. Bailey to McKay. Let's look for the dunk. Bang! McKay dunks the ball. Coming back for that turnover. 22 points on the night for him. Huskies up by 20. Ball loose on the ground, and there's a whistle beforehand. Let's see who the foul is going to go against. If it's Carl Hobbs, it's all for him on the night. It is on Hobbs, and that is all for the sophomore point guard. Hobbs leaves the game unofficially with 16 points. And Brian Bucklew will check into the game. And Bucklew gets quite a hand from the crowd. Bucklew has not seen much action at all here tonight. Bucklew stands at 6'5" tall, and he's a guard. 1:39 to go, 79-59. Huskies up by 20, and Randy Kinsley will take to the free throw line to shoot the 1-and-1. His shot is in. Kinsley scoring his first point tonight, cuts the Husky lead to 19. The Huskies have been up throughout most of the contest. Had a little scare there when it went down to 11 points. But they recontrolled the game and are showing what they can do, even though they have not broke away. Kinsley hits a second shot, 79-61, and Jiscom bringing the ball back the other way. Jiscom dribbling around, gets towards the top of the key, throws a jumper, goes around the rim, doesn't fall. Rebound Chapman. Chapman, a full length of court pass, goes to Dixon. Dixon up and in, and there's a foul on the play against the Huskies. And here comes some banners. Bruce Kaczynski going to get called for that foul. But Dixon scores his 14th point. And Kaczynski called for his 4th foul, as he said he thought he had position. No go. He's going to be called for stepping in. 79-63. And the crowd is now giving a little bit of the booing for the referees. Dixon's going to shoot one. Last year, McLean was the leading scorer versus the Huskies. He had 19 points. Dixon hits. He has 15, and right now he leads all New Hampshire scorers. Jiscom controlling the ball, trying to dribble around Dana Chapman. 1:18 to go. That pass on the left side to Bucklew. Bucklew now slows up cross court to Jiscom, who was wide open for a minute, but couldn't control the ball, couldn't get a handle on it. The pass goes out to Bucklew one more time, and the freshman almost lose the ball. Now it's stolen, but a whistle. We're going to have a foul, as Bucklew was hit right around the middle of the court by Randy Kinsley. Picks up his second foul. And Mr. Bucklew will go to the foul line to shoot his free throws, his first free throws as a Connecticut Husky, as the crowd slowly but surely is taking to their feet and leaving this contest. 79-64, Huskies up by 15 points, 1:07, and Bucklew hits. For Brian, his 3rd point of the evening. And it's good to know a few Huskies can put the ball into the net from the free throw stripe, as Huskies have been having a lot of problems today. And he misses the second one just as I say that. 80-64. 1:05 to go in New Hampshire coming back the other way. This is Dixon. Dixon gets the ball down low. Beautiful pass to Reyes, who misses the shot. and it goes out to Buckler quickly. The Huskies coming back the other way. This is Bailey. Bailey almost loses control, but he dribbles around a couple of New Hampshire players. Now loses the ball, goes out of bounds. Last touch by Randy Kinsley. So Bailey was trying to show the crowd he could dribble. Ended up losing the ball, but the Huskies get it as it goes out of bounds. Last touch by New Hampshire, but there's a timeout on the court. So with 50 seconds to go in this contest, it's Connecticut 80 and New Hampshire 64. We'll be back right after this. In this basketball game, Connecticut 80, New Hampshire 64. Stay tuned. Next up at 10 o'clock, Panorama, WHUS Nightly News and Public Affairs Show. Here on WHUS Storrs, the sound alternative. And again, we'd like to thank Linda Smith and the Women's Radio Collective for letting us preempt them tonight. You can hear the Women's Radio Collective every Wednesday evening here on the sound alternative. And at 10:30, you can hear a public affairs show for women. All the world is women. Here's Mike McKay taking out the basketball. Gets it out to Vern Giscombe. Clock running down. Huskies look to have their second game of the season in hand. Here's Giscombe on a spin jumper. No good. Rebound tapped up and in by Bruce Kaczynski. Kaczynski picking up his 5th point of the night. New Hampshire quickly coming back the other way as time's running down. Chapman right side, 33 seconds. Steal on the play by Bailey. It's a one-on-one, and here he goes. Lays it up. No good. Rebound by McKay. He's fouled on the play. So Bailey, who went airborne a little bit too earlier in the first half, ended up with just getting the ball on the spin in the basket. Misses the basket completely in the second half. He's taken off just a little bit too early. But the rebound falls in the hands of Mike McKay. He was fouled by Jack Burns, his 3rd foul, and he's going to be on the line shooting. Sullivan checks in the game for Bailey, and listen to the hand for him. Cornelius Thompson not playing his first game of the season or of his career for the Connecticut Huskies, but they're doing fine without him. 82-64, Connecticut up by 18. McKay on the line to shoot, but let me tell you, it hasn't been easy. Huskies had a chance to blow this game away and didn't do so. McKay scores his 23rd points. These are all unofficial scores. (83-64). On the year, the Huskies have been averaging 68 points a game, and McKay hits the second one. 24 on the night for the big guy. Steal by Giscombe, and he's down there, lays it up, and in, he's fouled. So a hustling Vern Giscombe puts it up and in, and he'll have a chance for the 3-point plays. The Huskies go up by 22. And it's going to be Michael Vaughn checking into the game for the Connecticut Blue. Vaughn in for Kaczynski, and let's hear his hand. Nice round of applause for the junior, playing a fine game. He has played better offensively, but doing a pretty good job getting called for a few too many fouls that he wasn't too happy with. Giscombe going to the line to try to sink the 3-point play. Foul called on Joe Reynes. He eyes it up, shoots it, and it goes around and in. So for Giscombe, point number 5. New Hampshire has the ball. Huskies still full court press with a 23-point lead. I don't know why, but Robin Dixon quickly breaks it left side over to Joe Reynes. 17 seconds. Reynes has the ball, gets it into the corner. Kinsley down low, back to Reynes. Reynes has a shot blocked by Vaughn, and there's going to be a foul called on him. He's not too happy with that one, but doesn't complain too loudly when his team is up. 12 seconds to go, and it'll be Reynes going to the free throw line. And it's going to be Blucher entering the game and checking out Mike McKay. And let's hear the hand for the man with 24 points. Reynes shooting 79% from the free throw line last year. He's a lefty. He hits on the first one. His 3rd point of the night. 87-65. Huskies up by 22. Second one is also good. 87-66. As Reynes scores his 4th point. Huskies coming down. Whistle and a travel by Sullivan with 11 seconds to go. New Hampshire will take the ball right in front of the Connecticut bench. Remember, at 12 o'clock, it'll be Panorama as soon as we quickly wrap up this game. Jack Burns dribbling the ball around. He looks to shoot, gets the ball in the corner to Dixon. Dixon comes toward the middle, takes up a jumper, misses. Rebound Buckler. He loses it now. It's Chapman. He throws it up, no good. Rebound Burns at the buzzer, and he puts it in for 2 points, and that's the game here from Alumni Court. So the final score here in Storrs, Connecticut. The Connecticut Huskies upping their record to 2-0 with a 87-68 victory. We'll be back to quickly wrap up this contest right after this 30-second timeout. Well, thanks for listening to Connecticut basketball action on WHUS. Our next sports broadcast will be tomorrow night, where the Connecticut Husky women's basketball team faces Fordham at 6:25 here at Alumni Court. Our next men's basketball broadcast will be this Saturday from the Fieldhouse in Storrs, Connecticut, when the Husky Hoopsters will play Boston University, airtime at 7:55. UConn Husky basketball on WHUS has been made possible in part through very generous underwriting grants from Teachers Pet of Connecticut, Nice Child Incorporated Family Fashion Center, Subway footlong sandwiches, Husky's Restaurant, Holiday Spirits, and Ted's Restaurant. Our technical director has been Ben Palazzo. Our halftime guest was Phil Shardis. So for Ben, Phil, and my broadcast partner Mark Boudreau, this is Harold Darak saying so long from Alumni Court in Storrs, Connecticut. Connecticut basketball is a WHUS sports presentation. UConn Athletics covered completely, extensively, and exclusively on WHUS Storrs, the sound alternative. WHUS is subsidized in part by the undergraduate student government of the University of Connecticut. So long, everybody.